In an effort to get enthusiasts on board the crossover trend, brands began offering performance SUVs that give you the power, handling, and striking designs that make you question whether sedans are a thing of the past. Possibly unintentional, consumers with a wide variety of tastes in vehicles decide to make the switch as well, leading to new options in an ever-growing sub-market of the compact crossover segment. This can all be attributed to the Audi SQ5, which was a trailblazer for its time, as BMW and Mercedes Benz hadn't yet committed to offering M and AMG performance packages for their smaller SUVs. Today, the SQ5 continues on its tradition as being an enticing family crossover that offers the best of both worlds, where you can enjoy spirited drives on the weekend, but still have that year-round practicality. So here are 5 things you should know about the Audi SQ5 before buying one. In 2022, if you're a buyer who isn't brand loyal to any particular manufacturer, or this is your first time car shopping in this segment, there's a number of key aspects that will keep you up at night, wondering if the crossover you have your eyes on really is the best option. Where Audi sets themselves apart from the rest of the field is with their interior technology that we believe is class-leading, not only due to the high resolution and quality of the graphics, but the responsiveness of the head unit. When you step inside, it's more than just the modern aesthetics or how the interior has been shaped. Audi's virtual cockpit immerses you into the 2020s, where you can interact with this screen and customize it, while at the same time still being easy to use. Mercedes-Benz may have a similar setup, but it's a bit more complex, whereas BMW has taken the minimalist approach by giving drivers a static screen that doesn't allow for personalization. Then moving over to the infotainment system, Audi's latest MMI user interface is likely the most intuitive and quick-to-respond head units you'll find in the luxury market. The only criticism we have with the SQ5's interior for the 2021 and 2022 models is that the rotary dial on the center console was removed, consequently taking away the ability of dual functionality, where if you don't want to reach for the 10-inch touchscreen, the dial and quick access buttons would keep your eyes on the road. Outside of that, the SQ5's interior is a pleasant place to be, and the abundance of technology will maximize the amount of enjoyment you have behind the wheel. It's easy to assume that the Audi SQ5 is the crossover version of an Audi S4, but after an extensive amount of time being behind the wheel and traveling up and down winding back roads, there's distinct differences between the two that can ultimately lead to disappointment depending on what you're looking for in a sportier SUV. Without stating the obvious, the SQ5 doesn't have a low center of gravity, so right there it isn't going to corner like its sedan sibling. However, it's not going to perform as dynamically as a BMW X3 M40i, which we found to be a bit surprising. To say that Audi's customers prefer a more forgiving suspension and really just looking for an improved Q5 would be a cop-out, because critics could rightfully claim that the SQ5 could be better when it comes to handling and cornering. There's no denying that the V6 pairs better with the 8-speed automatic transmission than the 4-cylinder in the Q5, and that the SQ5 in a straight line is quick and exhilarating. You're certainly not going to get bored on your weekday commutes, but it's the back roads where you feel the body roll, and even with the aggressively bolstered seats, there is a lack of confidence when taking corners at higher speeds. A lot of this can be contributed to the existence of the Porsche Macan, and unlike Audi, BMW and Mercedes-Benz have more wiggle room to adjust driving dynamics to the X3 M40i and GLC 43 to better fit enthusiasts. Throughout the Volkswagen Audi family, you can't help but look at the performance-oriented variants and think, for what I'm paying, this is far better than a standard model. And that applies to cars like the Volkswagen Golf, Audi A4, and Q5. While you're not necessarily receiving a drastically different crossover with the SQ5, the 3-liter V6 engine adds so much to the performance of this vehicle where a Q5 feels outlandishly tamed and subdued. Not to contradict our previous statements on the driving dynamics and how they match up against rivals, the SQ5 just feels so dialed in compared to the Q5 that can feel relatively disengaging at times. Interestingly enough, while the BMW X3 M40i may be a better handling and enthusiast-focused crossover, the SQ5 is suitable for people who buy them and love them the most, and that is why they're more common on roadways than rivals who deal with the stigma of not being real M or AMG vehicles. Building off of the great interior layout that you'll have with the SQ5, its family-friendliness is exactly why so many Audi loyalists tend to upgrade from the A4 or Q5. Yes, it's quicker, and that's already been established, but seating comfort and overall interior space is going to make road trips with the family very fun. While you want to go with a smaller tire size for optimal comfort, ride quality isn't that bad for a sportier crossover. For the second row passengers, they have a decent amount of leg and headroom, allowing you to have taller passengers in the back. Trying to fit a third person in the center is doable, but if you have a larger family, take a look at the Q7. For rear cargo space, you'll have right around 25.8 cubic feet of room behind the second row seats, which isn't a class leader, but will be more practical than an Alfa Romeo Stelvio or Mercedes Benz GLC. Then with those seats folded, this space will double in size to provide enough space for travel bags or skiing and snowboarding gear during the winter. It's the combination of practicality and utility that's made the Q5 and SQ5 the best-selling model in the Audi lineup. And by having that extra performance, this crossover is a great year-round daily driver. In the luxury compact crossover market, each competitor has a dominant trait that outclasses rivals and creates a strong selling point to become a compelling choice in this segment. The Audi SQ5 may lead the way with technology, but it's not going to be a standout in any particular way, as exterior design fundamentally hasn't changed throughout the years, and performance is on par with others in this price range, but is certainly not going to keep up with the BMW X3 M40i. The SQ5 is honestly a jack of all trades, where it's fun to drive to an extent, but it's not going to put you on the edge of your seat. It incorporates the comfort and practicality of the standard Q5 and injects sporty characteristics to create a well-rounded crossover that you can enjoy on a daily basis. Due to its welcoming interior, there is this perception of sensible luxury, and that's usually the case for most Audis. The SQ5 isn't flashy, it flies below the radar, and has a more professional and reserved demeanor that we believe has been a key component to its overall success. If you are in the market for a sporty crossover that is a step above what you currently own, you'll find that the SQ5 is suitable if you have a family and you want to cut loose when you're on the roads by yourself. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2021 and 2022 Audi SQ5. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying an Audi SQ5 or any other performance crossover, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.